How's it going, everybody? I hope everyone enjoyed Game 1 of the finals. Kind of bizarre ending right there. What'd you think about that, Preston?
Yeah, it was crazy. There's definitely some controversy over the ruling, but I think the crazy thing is the thing that's tough to kind of figure out is it was probably ultimately the right call, but that ruling hasn't been used before, I don't think. So it was definitely interesting, but I was just glad that they kept the game close. Wasn't thinking it would be very close the whole game, so I was glad we got to see a fun game, get it to overtime. So it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that rule was pretty nuts. But close game's all we
Yeah.
can ask for. We said that when Justin and I were on the show, we said we wanted to get a sample of what the series would look like, and hopefully last night gave that to us. So we can dive deeper into the next slate, which will be on Sunday. And we have, for the most points category in the $4 million dollar jackpot, we have Larry Nance and Sean Livingston. Who do you like here?
Yeah, so this one, I think maybe going against the grain a little bit. I like Larry Nance here. People will go see that he scored 9 points and Livingston scored 10 points in their last game. But the thing that people probably wouldn't look at is Livingston played during overtime, and Larry Nance did not. So Livingston actually got 5 extra minutes where he played 18 minutes, but he really only had 13 minutes in regulation. And I think he might have scored 4 points in overtime. So he definitely had some opportunity there that he wouldn't have had in a regular game. I like Larry Nance here. One of the things that we want to monitor, and we'll say this throughout the video, is that Tristan Thompson could be suspended for the little altercation he got in with Draymond Green last night or in the last game and he kind of shoved the ball in Draymond's face. That was actually after he got thrown out. So there may be a suspension there, and if there is, Larry Nance and Jeff Green are going to be great plays, and that would really boost Nance's value even more. And then, like we said, if Livingston doesn't get that playoff or the overtime run, he may not be as valuable. So I think I'm going with Larry Nance here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you there. Livingston did play overtime, and even with that overtime play, he still only played one more minute than Larry Nance. Can't expect Livingston to do too much scoring. And yeah, if that suspension happens, which we'll know by the time, so we
Yep.
can make those adjustments by then. But I think I like Nance there as well. For most points, we'll have LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Kevin Love. Is anyone contesting LeBron here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we've done a few of these videos for the Warriors games throughout the playoffs, and I mean, we've said a million times, but they just have so many mouths to feed there. They're such a great basketball team, and even if they just blow out the Cavs, I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron put up 40 plus again. I know you had a crazy stat on LeBron after losses.
Yeah, I saw today that after a loss in the playoffs so far, LeBron's averaging 40 points, which is absolutely crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, last time we were on the show, we saw this category, said pick LeBron and move on. We're gonna do that again because there's just no point in talking about it. It's one guy versus a whole team, and you got to pick that one guy when we're going for just points. But a more interesting category we'll have here is the most points between George Hill, J.R. Smith, Draymond Green, and Jeff Green. Where are you leaning here?
Yeah, this one's much closer for sure. These guys, none of these guys are going to score 20 plus on a regular basis, really. So it'll be definitely interesting to monitor here. Something we saw last game is Jeff Green got that overtime run and he played 35 minutes. So
Yeah.
while he was 3 of 9 from the field and only made one of 6 threes, so the volume is definitely there. He only scored 7 points. But I think he definitely has upside, especially if Thompson gets suspended. We'll see a lot. We'll see probably, I mean, 35 minutes again. But yeah, Draymond, he'll get you almost a triple double every game. But I don't think he really has too much higher of a ceiling than 15 points or so. This one's definitely going to be interesting. I think the suspension news would be something to monitor. J.R. Smith shot the ball a ton. He's kind of in the same boat as Jeff Green, but I think, I mean, if Thompson doesn't play, I'm probably going Jeff Green here. But otherwise, I mean, it'd be close between Draymond and J.R. Smith probably. They just get so many more minutes than George Hill. Hill played in the overtime and only saw 30 minutes. So yeah, for me, I think right now with no news, it's probably Smith or Green here, or Draymond Green. But if Thompson gets suspended, I'm probably going to go with Jeff Green. just with the increased minutes.
Yeah. For this, I mean, we'll just look at field goal attempts for the first game where Draymond took 9. Not Jeff Green. J.R. Smith took 10. The big thing with J.R. Smith is he's going to be chucking up threes regardless.
Yeah.
6 of his 10 shots were threes. He might come out on a mission after we all know what happened last game. So just, I mean, if he's shooting more threes than any of these other 3 guys, maybe just a little more upside there for me. Again, suspension, something to monitor. If that does happen, Jeff Green's going to get a huge boost. But I think I like J.R. Smith here with a Draymond Green as a close second.
Yep.
For rebounds, we'll have Kevin Love, Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, and Tristan Thompson. Do you see an advantage here?
Yeah, I mean, I think we can kind of rule out Tristan Thompson regardless if he plays or if he gets suspended. I don't think he has too high of an upside. He only played 20 minutes. He lost minutes to both Nance and Green. With Golden State going small, and he only grabbed 5 rebounds, where Kevin Love in this category had 13, Draymond had 11, and Durant even had 9. So he had a good rebounding game. For him, I don't really care for Durant all that much. Just with Draymond, he's been his last few games. He's just had massive amounts of rebounds. He's in the paint and just grabbing everything. He's had 11, 13, 10, 15, 13, 17. So he's being a monster on the glass. For me, I think you could kind of split shares here if you wanted between Draymond and Kevin Love. Those are definitely my top 2 guys here. I think if Kevin Love stays off that minutes restriction, I don't think he should have any. I think Kevin Love is definitely probably the top play here, with Draymond Green being a close second. One thing to monitor though is there's a clip that's gone kind of viral around the NBA world that Kevin Love did step off the bench towards when that altercation with Thompson and Green happened last game. So he may be suspended. He probably won't be, but just if he does, or if he doesn't play, Draymond Green's the option, the go-to guy here. But Love definitely should draw some attention here.
Yeah, definitely worth monitoring for sure. I think I'm gonna go Kevin Love in this category.
Yeah.
It just like one thing I did notice. I mean, Draymond Green's been playing the whole series, but we saw a little bit of JaVale McGee last game for the first time in a while. Just a little bit of a counter of Tristan Thompson. So maybe that takes away from Draymond just a little bit. Whereas Kevin Love, he got 39 minutes last game. Some of it was in overtime too. But 13 rebounds is pretty solid production. He's really going to be the main guy grabbing those boards other than LeBron. So for me, if he plays, the upside's there. I think they're going to use him all he can play. And then for the most 3-pointers, we'll have Kevin Durant, LeBron James, J.R. Smith, and Kevin Love. What do you see here?
Yeah, so I mean, really the first thing I saw when I looked at this category is these guys shot horribly from 3-point line, all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant was 1 of 7, Kevin Love was 1 of 8, JR was 2 of 6, and LeBron was 3 of 7. So none of them shot over 50% from the field. LeBron and JR wasn't that bad, but for Love and Durant to go 1 of 8 and 1 of 7 is just horrible. For me here with these 3-point categories, I usually try to look at the guys who I think score the most and kind of pick between them. I think, like you said, JR, he shoots threes mainly, but he had the lowest volume of the 4 guys here, and he's definitely going to score the least, unless one of these guys just puts up an absolute dud or gets hurt or something. And then for me, I think with Love, James, and Durant all putting up 7 or 8 3-pointers, to me, LeBron, he's just not a great 3-point shooter. He'll get his attempts because he's shooting the ball 32 times a game, which is just crazy. But 3 of 7 seems kind of average for him, in my opinion. I think I'm probably going to go with Durant here. He only scored 26 on 8 of 22 shooting. He was 1 of 7 from the 3-point line. He had a few good looks. So I think he rebounds. He gets the home crowd advantage. So he should play a little bit better as opposed to taking one of those Caps guys. I think I'm rolling with Durant as my main guy here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you. Got to count overtime here, but 46 minutes. So he played 41 minutes out of the 48 regulation time. I don't expect him to shoot 1 of 7 again. He's the one we know the volume will be there the most for. And that's just what I feel comfortable with here. Obviously, J.R. Smith could go 4 for 4. Who knows? But I like volume when we're going for nailing 9 categories. So I definitely think Kevin Durant is the play here. For the assist category, we'll have LeBron's, Curry, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant. Do you have an easy favorite here, or is it close?
No, this one's tough. Obviously, LeBron's very enticing, but one of the things we saw last game is he scored 51 points, but he only had 8 rebounds and 8 assists. So actually, Curry and Draymond Green both out assisted him last game, and I don't really want to take LeBron in this category just because I mean, like we said earlier, he averages 40 after a loss. I think if he takes 30 shots a game, he's just not going to have as many assist opportunities. The Warriors, if they run away with this game, if they just come out of the gates firing, they're not going to let up. So I think that's a worry with LeBron for sure. Is he may not get a full assortment or allotment of minutes. For me, really between Curry and Durant, it's kind of a toss up. I think I'm probably leaning Draymond here. He just has the ball in his hands so much, and he doesn't score as much as Curry and Durant. One of the things that I saw from last night is Durant just ISOs all the time, and he'll get double teamed, but he's not the great passer out of double teams is one of the things I've noticed watching the game. So I don't really want to take him. And then Curry, I mean Curry's up there with Draymond, but for me, really just with how much court vision Draymond has, he's probably my pick here. But you could definitely go for LeBron. He probably has the highest upside. But yeah, I'm going Draymond here for my pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Draymond too. Just for exactly what you just said, the court vision. He's a five-tool player. He does everything. Um, I just really think he's the most predictable out of everyone. Curry could get 35 points and 3 assists, or he could get 20 points and 10 assists. LeBron's gonna do his thing. He'll probably sit in the 8 to 10 range if I had to guess. But I kind of like I said, we have to nail every single pick. So I feel more comfortable with Draymond. And then we will quickly breeze over these last three categories where we just guess points, which is tough, but we'll give our best shot. And we have to get these exactly right. So first we have Klay Thompson. What's your guess here?
Yeah, so for me, I'm looking at like 22 for the main number. He scored 24 last game, but that was in 45 minutes. He only played 40 in regulation. He did shoot 8 of 16 from the field, but he shot 5 of 10 from the 3-point line. So I think we can probably take a few numbers away of that. I'm looking maybe 20 to 22 range. But yeah, if I'm going one number, 22 is probably what I'd be at.
Yeah, I absolutely love that low 20s range that you just said. I mean, 8 of 16 is pretty efficient. He got the extra 5 minutes in overtime. Only 3 free throw attempts. So we're just looking for efficiency, and shooting 50% is not that easy, especially from the 3-point line. So I think absolutely 20 to 22, 21 to 23, something in that range is what we feel is pretty optimal. Next, we'll move on to Steph Curry. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, really, all these guys were choosing points. We have to take off a few minutes just because of that overtime. Curry scored 29 last game, and I actually had him for Boom and for playline contests and all that stuff where you project scores. I had him between 27 and 29. So
Nice.
that kind of fell right. Yeah, kind of fell right in the projection I had him at. He took 23 shots, most on the team. He made 11 of them, was 5 of 11 from 3, so he shot the ball very well. I'm probably looking 28, 29 again. I think the Warriors score 120 or so again. I think they played very well, bounced back from a game that was closer than it probably should have been. So yeah, 28 is probably my number. 28, 29 is where I'd be at.
Yeah, he's another guy that shot about 50% from the field, too. Warriors shot really efficiently. Just LeBron kept up with them the whole time. I really like the same range you had last game, 27 to 29, 26 to 30. I feel like anywhere in there you can be pretty confident. Because Curry still got a ton of shots. He just made a lot more than he had been, I should say. So I think you don't want to overdo it. I think anywhere in the mid to high 20s is where you want to aim for Curry. And then lastly, we have the new Anthony Davis of Boom Contest, where we jumped to LeBron James. We hit you with the stat earlier that after a loss, he's been averaging 40 points per game. Are you going to project him that high, Preston?
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough not to, but I mean, you look at his game logs, and he's in his past like 10 or so games, he scored 51, 46, 44, 42. I mean, he's getting 25 to 35 shots per game. I mean, if they want to win a game in this series, they're going to have to, I mean, LeBron's going to have to take 30 shots like he did last game.
Yeah.
He scored almost half their points. He scored 51 of 114, which is just crazy. I mean, honestly, if I'm looking at a projection, I'm looking high 30s. I'd even be looking at just going at for straight up 40 points. He's just playing at such an elite level right now, and the shot attempts are way up. So I mean, 40 points is probably where I'd go, as crazy as that is. But he's the only guy that's capable of competing with the Warriors, and he's gonna have to carry that team on his back once again.
Yeah, I think the 38 to 42 range is. I know we have to get this exact, but I think that's really the most comfortable range. You just got to pick one between there. The stats don't lie. I have a feeling he's just gonna score around 40 again. I mean, you got to expect probably close to 30 field goal attempts again. The big thing is the free throw attempts. We're seeing 30 field goal attempts and 11 free throw attempts.
Yeah.
He shot 90% of the free throw line. Don't think he's gonna do that again, but I mean, the stats don't lie. He's up there. Don't want to underproject LeBron. We've been doing it way too much, and don't want to keep making that mistake again. That'll do it for this $4 million jackpot. Remember that you can head over to the 99-cent Cinco one, where the category is a little bit more narrow if you feel more confident with the few we went over, or you can go to the $2 progressive, where we'll have 6 categories that we went over, just less choosing of points, which obviously makes things easier. But that'll do it for Preston and I here at Daily Fantasy Insider, and we hope you guys enjoy watching Game 2.